He's coached by Adam. And now, spectators, will you please stand as we honor America with playing our national anthem.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our inaugural basketball broadcast here on TESPN. We are kicking off our winter basketball coverage here at Estes Athletic Center with the first semifinal of the girls' Travis Invitational right here on Dale Travis Court. And throughout the broadcast, you'll hear a lot about Coach Travis. I am Rick Hamlin. Coach Travis was my high school coach, and I'm joined here by...
I'm Cooper Mitchelluk, and yeah, should be a really good game today. Always glad to kick off the season with Travis Tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. 26th annual Travis Invitational, and Titan girls, young squad this year, starting 2 ninth graders and an 8th grader, as well as 2 juniors. Not a single senior on this Titan team. So Coach Lonan and company have their work cut out for them with a young group, but they're off to a great start as Sophie Dolan able to get the steal and convert 2 points, and the Titans break the ice on the board first.
Yeah, and I think that's what the Titans are going to be looking for. I think they're going to be looking for fast breaks on the counter. We saw them implementing what sort of looks like a full court press there, and we'll see how that keeps up, how their intensity keeps up throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some pretty aggressive man-to-man defense here by the Titans as the shot clock down to just 4 seconds. And that is a shot clock violation, and that is a new addition to the girls' high school game this year is that 30-second shot clock. Boys went to the 30-second shot clock in the prep league a couple of years ago, and good to see that to the girls' side. I think the shot clock makes the game much better. Sophie Dolan attempts the 3. She misses. Lily Ferguson with the rebound, also off, and number 10, Taryn Harton, was able to get the rebound for the Richmond Christian Warriors, and she brings it across into the front court.
Yeah, and it looks like from that first possession there, it looks like Richmond Christian's going to be looking for a 2-3 zone defense there. So we're going to see how Titans, how their 3 shooting is today, because it's going to be tested against this defense.
Yeah, great call, Coop, and there's another steal for Sophie Dolan, her second already in the first 2 minutes. Sophie not able to connect on the layup as Felicity Shelton hits it ahead. Warriors, a young team as well. Kind of crazy to have a high school varsity event where neither team has a senior on the roster. I don't know that we'll see that throughout the year in any other sport. But nice block there by the 8th grader, Lily Ferguson. Great to see this young talent, though, and it's going to be another open three for Sophie Dolan. Again, just off. But Addison Wynn is able to track down the rebound in the corner and puts it back out to V. Updike, and now back to Wynn. It's a good cross-court pass, but a nice job there by Richmond Christian's number 23, Addie Delaney, to steal, and the Warriors back into the offensive half.
But so far, Trinity's played an absolutely, smothering man defense here.
Yeah.
Richmond Christian hasn't had anything. Looks like they're not looking for the 3 ball as much. Seen a couple maybe open looks from there, but Trinity has just been playing awesome defense so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, definitely impressed with the aggressiveness. Richmond Christian is finally able to get a shot up to the rim, and they do get an offensive rebound as well, as Harton puts up a difficult one that goes off, and now Sophie Dolan hits it ahead to Addison Wynn for 2. And the Titans take a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the Titans think they were looking for at the start of this game. Solid defense, build it out of the back, and then look for the quick counters when you get the steals.
Yeah, V. Updike there with a rebound. Another young player, the 9th grader, starting, hits it ahead to Addison Wynn. And Addison misses the layup, but gets her own rebound. And now good ball reversal by Updike to Sophie Dolan. Her 3 comes up short, but she follows her shot, gets her own rebound. Ball movement's been really good by the Titans here against this 2-3 zone in the early going. Love to see those ball reversals that against the zone really gets the defense off balance, and there it provides that wide open look as you see there from Addison Wynn. And even though Addison missed that shot, she's a very capable 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the girls' practice last night, and Addison hit a bunch of threes, and that one she hits.
Bank shot from the corner. Always love to see those.
Not sure that she necessarily intended to use the glass there from that angle, but worked out. And that's going to make a 7-0 lead as Richmond Christian calls an early timeout. Richmond Christian coached by Tom Hauser, Trinity graduate. And if you see on your program here, Tom Hauser is number 8 all-time in on the boys' all-time scoring list here at Trinity. And a name that will be familiar to many Trinity folks because Tom Hauser's brother is, of course, Mitch Hauser, longtime math teacher and as well as former volleyball coach, baseball coach, basketball assistant coach here. So Tom was one of my teammates here at Trinity. So great to see him back in the gym. He really was an incredible shooter as a 6'10 guy. He also went on to play college basketball at Bucknell.
Oh, it's a turnover there on Richmond Christian. Looks like a little bit pass a little too far behind.
Yeah, well, you saw the Titans implement that full court press there, and the Warriors really struggling with that press. V. Updike, quick job to get the loose ball. Sophie Dolan, though, was short with that shot, so it's going to go back over to Richmond Christian as we hit the midway point of quarter number 1.
And Sophie Dolan, one of the better shooters on Trinity. I mean, sooner or later, she's going to get hot if Richmond Christian keeps leaving those open threes.
Yeah, the Warriors able to get a couple looks there, but still scoreless as Addison Wynn brings it forward using that left-handed dribble. And Wynn lost the handle. So we'll go back over to Richmond Christian. And Coach Lonan implements the full court press again, 2-2-1. Look for a trap here as they do trap the ball, loose ball on the floor. Scooped up by Addison Wynn. Another turnover for Richmond Christian. And Wynn shoots just a little bit long. Good rebound by Brooklyn Crossan. And if anyone just heard the bell ring in the background, it's kind of an unusual situation because school is still going on here. But with 4 games, we had to start this one at 2 o'clock. So see some Titan students maybe who have study hall right now coming to join the party.
And we will, Lily Ferguson, even though she is an 8th grader, I believe she's one of, if not the tallest people on this Titans team. And we're going to see, she's right now maybe first or second tallest on the court. So we'll see if she can get in the post and make some good moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have our first sub of the game, Ceylon Duncan, coming in, and there's Alexa Linton with a rebound and stick back for 2. Good job by Linton, another freshman getting in the scorebook for the Titans, and they go back to that 2-2-1 press. But nice job there by Richmond Christian to beat the press. Felicity Shelton on the dribble. Sophie Dolan with a steal.
Looks like a 2.
And Dolan takes it all the way, and it's now 11-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you asked for here.
And
I
now,
mean, just
Updike with a steal. B Updike with a 3. A little bit off, but Alex Linton saves.
Good rebound.
To Ceylon Duncan. But her shot was a little long as well. But good start for the Titans. So they look to pitch a first quarter shutout. Good block by Ferguson, and B Updike with another. She's really come up with a lot of loose balls. But a good job there by Richmond Christian, and Addie Delaney tied up Updike, and actually the alternating possession is going to give the ball back over to Richmond Christian. So it was a loose ball. B Updike did a nice job to collect it, but Delaney pressured her and was able to tie her up. And Richmond Christian will look to fire it in from underneath, and that ball was knocked out of bounds. We have another sub in, Alex Geeson. One of our colleagues at TSPN is also a 3-sport athlete out there. Her first action of the game in this home opener.
And when I say smothering, I mean smothering. There is no space for Richmond Christian so far today.
Yeah, Titans have been really locked in defensively. They're excited to get out and play in their home gym for the first time. And there's that 3. You called for it, Cooper. You said that Sophie Dolan it was just a matter of time till she hit from the outside, and she did it there, giving the Titans a 14-0 lead. But Richmond Christian does get on the board as Felicity Shelton breaks through the press, pulls up right around the elbow, and nails it, and it cuts the lead to 14-2.
Yeah, and while the press has been great and it's forced some turnovers, I've seen a couple times if Richmond Christian can just get the right pass, and we're leaving 3-on-2 situations in our own paint, and I think sooner or later they're going to be exploited by Richmond Christian if they just end up seeing the passes. There's some great track back D there.
Yeah, great job by Ceylon Duncan, just sprinting from behind to get a hand on that ball. It's one of my favorite things in basketball is when you come from behind and knock it away and kind of surprise your opponent there. So love that effort from Ceylon. And again, there's that pressure that you referred to, Coop, and ball appeared to us from our vantage point up high that it went off the Warriors, but the official on the play saw it differently, so ball will stay.
We'll see.
With Richmond
There's
Christian.
just been no option, especially on the inbound passes. This is their first one. I think they've really gotten in cleanly.
Yeah, and one thing I feel is really a good, at this level especially, just strategy is to make it tough to get it inbounds. A lot of times you'll see coaches just concede that inbounds pass, but you can really create some turnovers and transition opportunities just by pressuring the inbounds. But there's a 3 for Anna Hobson, who came in off the bench for Richmond Christian, and that's 5 consecutive points for the Warriors.
And that's what you have to be scared of when you set up that full court press, is that if one of your players does get beaten and you're running a man defense, you're going to have that open man, and just worked out well for Richmond Christian there.
Yeah, absolutely. So 23 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Sophie Dolan comes out for Addison Wynn.
Yeah, Sophie with a good first quarter. She's gotten plenty of action and hit I believe 7 points so far for Dolan.
Yeah.
Shot clock is off as we now are into the last 15 seconds.
Oh, that looks like a good shot there from B Updike.
Yeah, good form.
Really been liking the shot selection here from Trinity. They've been taking what Richmond's been giving them, and it's been working out for them so far.
Yeah, there's
about
V
3 seconds
Updike
left.
able to get a hand on that ball and knock it out for it is going to stay with Richmond Christian, but really impressed just with the effort and tenacity of V Updike. Another 3-sport athlete on this team. Good inbounds there for Richmond Christian, and they get that off just before the buzzer, but no good. And that first quarter flew by, 0 foul calls. And other than the one timeout by Richmond Christian, not a lot of stoppages in play. So good first quarter for the Titans as they lead 14-5. Coop, what were your impressions in this first opportunity
I
to
saw
see the
was
Lady Titans?
that was great defense there from the Titans, as I said a couple times. I believe, though, it did have a bit of maybe of a shock and awe factor where, I mean, I doubt Richmond Christian was expecting a full court press because you don't see it a lot, especially this early in the game at this level. So we'll see by the end of that first quarter, it looked like they were definitely a lot more comfortable in breaking down the press. And we'll see where this goes. But, I mean, another thing that I just have to mention, I don't think I said it, but Lily Ferguson's been playing a great defensive game to single her out. I think she already has 1 or 2 blocks and a couple of rebounds. So,
yeah, and like you said,
great start to the game
probably
for her.
the tallest player on the court. Her interior presence of just using her height, but she also hasn't. You're right. She's blocked a couple shots, but she stayed straight up. She hasn't left her feet. Just really good discipline by Ferguson defensively. So.
And I think it's going to be
that's going to be huge this year because the Titans are going to face plenty of teams that have a lot more size, and just for Lily Ferguson to build that confidence as an 8th grader that she's more than capable of playing at this varsity level is huge. Addie Wynn long on the 3, and Richmond Christian advances it to the front court. More great pressure though. Ceylon Duncan and V. Updike both are just tenacious defensively. Really like their ball pressure that they're providing.
And it looks like it's going to be a good battle for the rest of the day between V. Updike and Anna Hobson on that full court press if Richmond decide to keep it up.
It's a good entry pass there by Delaney, and then it's fired back out for a shot by Shelton.
Movement there from Richmond Christian to get
Addie
the ball.
Wynn comes up with a loose ball. Look at that acceleration as Wynn is able to get by the defender. She did miss the layup, though, and this jump ball possession arrow is going to give it to the Titans.
That was just good rebounding there from V. Obviously not the biggest player on the court, but she's gotten her fair share of rebounds just from pure tenacity so far this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Her effort is really one of the things that stood out to me this half. Just nobody out there playing harder than V. Updike. Nice crossover by Addison Wynn. Long 2 comes up just short. And I've been impressed as well by Addie Delaney from Richmond Christian. She's really been feisty. Only an 8th grader, number 23 for the Warriors.
Yeah, she had that great jump ball save against essentially stealing possession there. And she's had a great game as well. Also, I already mentioned her.
Yeah, so timeout there by Richmond Christian. That's the second timeout they've used here in the first half. And you saw the ball handler there, Hobson, who you were just talking about, was under tremendous pressure. And Coach Hauser went ahead and called the timeout to preserve possession. I think he was anticipating that a turnover was perhaps about to happen, that 5-second count. I think it got into 4. So timeout there by Hauser to give the Richmond Christian Warriors possession from the sideline. And Coop, as we sit up here on the balcony, good student turnout. As we said, school day still going.
You know, a couple teachers were saying that since it is, Friday, I think a week and a half, 2 weeks before exams, they were going to give their students, I guess, a bit of a mental break and let them come out and watch, which you love to see because it just builds students' community at Trinity.
Absolutely. And I know for my Class 8 World History Honors is in the house as 2 of the class members are starting on this team, Alexa Linton and V. Updike. So great to see their classmates come out and support them. And great to see Sophie Dolan take that ball to the hole for the layup.
Oh, and gets Sophie a steal there.
With a steal.
Long 2. Oh, just short. And those are the shots that are dying out from the game, especially you see it more at the college and professional level. Those deep 2s as analytics play more and more of a factor. You just see they're just not worth it as much to take the shots from there.
Sophie did a great job following her shot and knocking the ball off the foot of the Richmond Christian player. It was a really impressive save. Ceylon drive, draw, and dish, but win off on the 3. But the Titans are getting good looks. I mean, even the shots that haven't fallen, I mean, consistently you're seeing Trinity get good looks at the basket, makeable shots. As we have another player making her first appearance today, and that is Ava Hoyle, another freshman it's really remarkable as we go up and down this roster just how many young players.
Oh, it's a good shot there.
Yeah, another good rebound by Delaney. And now she's able to get the ball and get a good shot up. But Alexa Linton with a rebound. Ava Hoyle just in off the bench. Her shot a little bit strong. And it will be Richmond Christian ball. Let's see if looks like Coach Lana does want the full court pressure. And I think we just needed to reset the shot clock there. So it's a quick delay.
We'll see how Richmond handles this more setup, full court press to get it out there. And
yeah, so that was interesting. As soon as they were able to get the ball in, the press went ahead and dropped back. So sort of what we might call a show-me press, where you look like you're going to press, you maybe deny the inbounds, but if they get it in, you go ahead and drop back and protect. And another loose ball that Alexa Linton is able to come up with it, and it is a held ball that's going to give it to Richmond Christian. We've seen several possession situations there where that possession arrow is, obviously goes back and forth, and this time Richmond Christian's turn, but Linton was very aggressive with it. She was not going to have that ball taken out of her hands. Good D by Hoyle. And Alex Geeson with a contest on the shot and a good rebound by Ava Hoyle. And now Titans out in transition. And 2 for Addison Wynn. I think the other thing that really stands out for me, Coop, is that we now have played almost 11 minutes in game time as we have yet another possession, held ball situation. This one will go to the Titans. Trinity's played this aggressive defense for nearly a quarter and a half and yet to commit a foul.
That is, and that's honestly been the same for Christian. I mean, we haven't said it as much, but the amount of times where Trinity's gotten a rebound and it should have been their possession, but out of just pure, wanting the ball and just holding it,
getting
the jump balls, they must have stolen at least 3 or 4 possessions already.
Lucy Rowe into the game for the first time. She's a junior, but this is her first time playing at the varsity level, and good to see Lucy out there. And V. Updike also checks back in. Ava Hoyle there's that ball reversal. I love how V is always prepared to switch the point of attack. V with the pump fake and then the pass to Hoyle. Shot was a little short and no whistle. And we're going to have another held ball situation and possession. This time to Richmond Christian this quarter. I think we've seen 5 jump balls already. So, but that's just, one thing it shows you is how hard both these teams are playing.
Yeah. And as the student section has been growing, it's just great to see. Oh, it's good defense there by Lucy Rowe.
Yeah, Lucy Rowe with the steal over to Ava Hoyle. Rowe's shot is blocked. And Coop, guess what we got?
Jump ball.
Jump ball. This time it's Titans ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been incredible. I would love to see the stats on this one. I'd count at least a dozen jump balls so far this game.
Yeah, for sure. Lucy Rowe, another 3. Off again, but Alexa Linton with another rebound.
And another jump ball. It's just both these teams do not want to let that ball go easy. And it has produced a fascinating game so far because you keep taking the shots because I believe the vast majority of Trinity's points have come from driving and the quick turnovers.
Yeah, there's 2 for Richmond Christian as Felicity Shelton beat the press that time and got in for the layup. Yeah, I think you're right, Coop. I mean, while there has been, I think Sophie Dolan hit 1 3 and Addison Wynn hit a 3. There's another 3 from Hoyle, but I do think at times in the half-court offense, the Titans have settled for too many jump shots when transition is really, layup opportunities have been probably where the majority of the points have come from. So it's one thing that I think Coach Lana will address at halftime, not just necessarily settling for the first decent shot, but trying to
push for a great shot. Yeah,
exactly. Get a little bit better shot. And V. Updike has got another steal. I really think Titan fans are going to enjoy watching her play this year. Feisty, aggressive, but also really poised with the ball in her hands. And this is my first time seeing V. Updike play, and I must say I'm very impressed with her at that point guard position. Plays beyond her years as a freshman. And Alexa Linton was able to put pressure there on Berkeley Pittman and create that turnover
And this quarter's been much more low scoring. I believe it's been 5-4 this quarter.
Now I think it was 14-5 at the quarter break, so
Oh.
it's really, I think, 4-2
Yeah.
is I'm pretty sure. So you're right. Neither team really been able to get untracked offensively.
I think a
and-
lot of that has to do with the rebounding.
Yeah.
We saw
And, sorry to interrupt, Cooper. Just we have another player in for the first time for the Titans, and that is Caitlin Watkins, and she is being told to put her shirt tail in. And good to see Caitlin. We got a chance to see her this fall on the volleyball team on this very Dale Travis court. And now Caitlin out there playing basketball. Sophie Dolan's shot was blocked. Good defense by Richmond Christian, and they'll advance to the front court.
their 2-3 block, which I still believe they're playing, really is coming to its own. Feel like maybe they were just a little uncomfortable.
Well, let's give Richmond Christian some credit because it was 11-0.
Yeah.
And since then, it's basically been an even ball game, 7-7. Good rebound there by Lily Ferguson, and she puts it on the ground and gets it stolen by Shelton.
I mean,
I think that's where, as an 8th grader, Ferguson needs to just keep that ball above her head. You know, she's going to learn. You don't want to put it on the ground when you got 3 shorter players around you. Us short folks love those opportunities. Good rebound by Caitlin Watkins, and she does a nice job to pivot out and finds Addison Wynn, who's moved into that point guard role as V Updike gets a break. Another 3 by Sophie Dolan. They're close. It's not like she's not missing by much.
Yeah. Can't hate on the shot selection there because
she's getting good looks, and this time she passes to Alexa Linton, and Linton did travel with it as she picked up that pivot foot. So I've been really impressed with Alexa Linton, her rebounding and defense. She didn't necessarily look like she wanted that ball on the post with a defender right on her back, and that's one of the things early in the season, just learning where your teammates want the ball. But there's where Linton does best, as she's able to get another steal, gets on the floor for a loose ball. Love just her.
Yeah.
Just like V Updike, both of these freshmen are so relentlessly aggressive and tenacious, and that's what this team's going to need this year, as it is a very inexperienced group. So you're going to need those players that you can just count on for that intensity and effort. And Addison Wynn reached in there. Actually thought that might have led to our first foul of the day, but officials just put it out of bounds for a throw, or an inbounds pass, I should say, for Richmond Christian.
Yeah, and then one player for Richmond Christian, the junior Berkeley Pittman, has been playing great so far this game, especially on defense. She's been causing a couple jump balls and really making sure that neither of our players in the post can ever really get comfortable and put up good shots there, and really forcing us to take the outside threes and deep 2s.
Yeah, and I've also been impressed with number 1, Felicity Shelton, just an 8th grader. She's had a lot of ball handling responsibilities. Another steal off of inbounds. Caitlin Watkins, that lefty, got it. That was all Caitlin with the steal. She brought it up the court herself and then able to nail the left-handed shot. And now Caitlin Watkins with another steal along with Addison Wynn. Oh, Addison missed the layup as she puts her hands on her head. And I know that's 2 layups she's missed now that normally Addison is going to make those 90% of the time. But the key is continuing to put yourself in those positions.
Yeah, it's a first foul of the game, I believe. Called on Sophie Dolan there.
You're right. We mentioned a couple times how the officials have really let them play. I mean, I don't think I've ever been at a high school basketball game, and I have been at thousands, where you don't see the first foul until 1:20 until halftime.
Especially when the game's been, I mean, physical might not even be the right word, but just like
aggressive for sure.
And tense, I guess, would be another good word to describe it. Just both teams really wanting the ball.
Absolutely right. It's not like both teams are just sitting back passively. I mean, they're both very aggressive and putting out a lot of effort, and yet been a really clean game, and that's it's great to see.
I think that speaks a lot to the coaches to be able to train the discipline into the players to be able to be this aggressive and not make the fouls.
Yeah, another turnover created there, and I pretty impressed with Caitlin Watkins, who's come in and defensively, I think that's the 3rd turnover that she has created. The steal on the inbounds, the steal at midcourt, and then she didn't steal that, but she was able to pressure and force a bad pass. So this could be an assist for Caitlin Watkins, and it's a 3 for Sophie Dolan.
2nd of the day, I believe.
Yeah, that was a perfect looking shot. And the thing I liked about that shot by Sophie was her shot preparation was so good before she even got the ball. Now Linton with a steal. Watkins back to Linton. She misses, but Addison Wynn gets the rebound. She'll bring it out for a 3. That's long, but Lily Ferguson gets the rebound. Another loose ball. Lily not to be denied. And finally, Richmond Christian is going to commit their first foul of the game with only 38 seconds to go until halftime.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you told her that she should do. Keep the ball
Right.
above her head and not let it off.
Well, and that time she got fouled, whereas before when she put it on the floor, she got the ball stolen. So we do have 37 seconds to go in the half. I think may have forgotten to stop the clock for those watching, but we'll get that straight. We're now at 30 seconds. Good reversal by Caitlin Watkins.
Good,
and another
quick shot.
Let me tell you, great shot by Sophie, but Caitlin Watkins is stuffing the stat sheet. That's 2 assists for her on the last 2 baskets to Dolan. And there's Dolan with a interception that Alexa Linton gets the loose ball. And as we head down into the final seconds of the half, 10 seconds to go. That shot was blocked. And it was Lily Ferguson tried to save it, but it had already gone out of bounds. And as Richmond Christian blocked it, it is going to be Titan ball with 5 seconds remaining until halftime.
We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, Sophie Dolan plays it out top to Addison Wynn.
Low shot. I almost got a second 3 off the glass there.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the half, 25-7. Great first half for the Titans here in this Travis Invitational semifinal. We've got a great crowd. It's Friday afternoon. And haven't mentioned it yet, but this is the first of a ESPN doubleheader because Trinity boys will be opening up their home slate right after this against Cristo Ray, and we will be bringing that game to you as well here on TESPN. So 25-7. Let's take a minute here, Coop, to just recap what we saw in that first half. So both teams playing hard. Very aggressive, lot of jump balls, a lot of possessions going back and forth, but clean. Only 1 foul on each team. And, the Titans have created close to 20 turnovers, a lot of steals, some interceptions, and the scoring fairly well balanced. I think Sophie Dolan leading the way, but Addison Wynn's had some buckets as well. What are just some things that have stood out to you here in half number 1?
I think it's just been really impressive, both these teams' defenses. I mean, it's been what I would consider to be a pretty low-scoring game so far. I think that's really due to how well these teams are both keeping the shots deep and making sure they don't get easy layups in the middle when they have, controlled defense, so not transitions. And then also just the rebounding on both teams, not seeing the ball go straight into the hands of the first, second chance shots on either side. And any time, heck, even defensive rebounds instead of dropping back, both teams are really trying to get the ball and force jump balls and force turnovers. And it's just been really great to see so far this game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the other thing I think that struck me is just the young players for the Titans. Most of these girls playing in their really first varsity game. But when you talk about V. Updike and Lily Ferguson, Alexa Linton, Caitlin Watkins, Ava Hoyle, the list goes on and on. Ceylon Duncan. I mean, you have a lot of 8th, 9th, and 10th graders who are out there playing big minutes, contributing. And this is a pretty big crowd as well for them to be battling in front of. And nobody looks nervous. They look inspired.
Yeah.
And it just makes for an exciting season to come. So I think that's the thing that struck me is this has been our first opportunity to see a lot of these new girls because last year there was no season.
Yeah.
Sophie Dolan even who was a transfer in last year. I mean, our girls played 1 game against Collegiate, but essentially that was it. And even that game was in an empty gym. So even for Sophie, this is her first true home game. It's really only Addison Wynn who's ever played in front of fans here at the Estes Athletic Center. Everyone else, it's their first time doing that. And so in that regard, you got to be pretty pleased that they have not looked nervous. And the funny thing is, if there's been any nerves, you would say maybe Addison Wynn missing 2 wide open layups, but she's the one who is the most experienced player out there for the Titans. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take a quick break here. We've got second half action starting in about 6 minutes. But once again, your halftime score, Trinity Episcopal 25, Richmond Christian 7. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We're getting ready to head into second half action here. Titans up 25-7. And looks like both teams going back with their original starting lineups. And we start the second half as Addison Wynn triggers it into V Updike. And Richmond Christian continues to play that 2-3 zone defense.
And some good movement. It looks like might have moved Sophie Dolan. No, she was playing more shooting guard first half. It looks like they might have moved her into the small forward situation.
Yeah, well, right there, they overloaded the zone, which did get another good look for Sophie as they put 4 players on the one side of the court, which can make it really tough on a 2-3 zone. It was a good look, but Sophie not able to connect. And
good tip there.
Ball back over to Richmond Christian.
We will see how Richmond Christian can battle back here, down 25-7 in the first half.
Yeah,
although most of that came in the first quarter where
right.
It was just a quick slew of points for.
Well, that's a good point. So the first 5 minutes or so, Titans outscored them 11-0. And then the last 3 minutes or so, Titans outscored them 7-0. In between, it was pretty much even for a good chunk of that first half. But the Titans started well, ended well, and they'll look to start the second half well. Wide open look for Sophie Dolan. Even though she doesn't connect, I think that's a really good job by the offense of getting that ball reversal that you look for against the zone. There is a foul there. I believe it was on. I think it was on Sophie Dolan for reaching in, her second. In fact, the only Titan to have committed a foul is Sophie.
3 fouls total.
Yeah, exactly. Good pressure there by Wynn. The Warriors do get the ball in. There's another rebound for Delaney. She's had a bunch of those. And this time, though, Lily Ferguson is able to clean it up, get everybody off her, get the ball out to V Updike, and V, great look to Addison Wynn. And she hits. V Updike, that's a really good pass because she brings the whole defense to the right side of the court and then quick switch of play over to the left.
And she's been doing that all game. I mean, the ball reversals, as you mentioned, they've just been amazing from V. She just knows where to go with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. As both teams going hard for her there. Sophie Dolan did crash into a chair. She looks okay. She's definitely nodding that I'm fine. That was a pretty hard hit that she took, though. So, but yeah, back to V Updike. I mean, I don't think she's scored yet, but for me, she's been as valuable as anybody. Just in her distribution, her defense.
Yeah.
That's a nice pass.
She could easily have 6 or 7 assists so far this game.
Alexa Linton is just a master of coming up the loose balls, and there's that same reversal from Updike to Wynn. This time it doesn't go, and Addison Wynn slipped and fell, but she's back up. She's fine. Good job there by V to get her hand on the ball.
Some of that, even if it doesn't, just interrupting the flow of Richmond Christian, always. Oh, it's a steal there.
There's a steal by V Updike, and she is going to look to get on the scoreboard, but missed the layup. Sophie Dolan followed it in, and Sophie was fouled, and that's going to go against Berkeley Pittman, number 20. Good hustle, though, by Pittman to get back and prevent the layup. One player the Titans are missing today is another one of those talented ninth graders, Farrah Berry. She got hurt on Wednesday at Stewart.
For ACL, I believe.
I don't think we know that yet, but that's the fear. But let's hope that's not the case.
I would hate to see that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that the coaches and players have told me that Farrah is a great player, ton of potential. So
one of the nicest people you'll meet.
Yeah, wishing her all the best and hope it's not that. As 2 points there for Addison Wynn. Good pass ahead by, I believe it was Sophie Dolan on the assist, and it's now up to 30-7.
And this is the same thing that happened in the first half, just getting on a scoring run and just playing really solid defense. I mean, it's just, what are you supposed to do here if you're Richmond Christian, where every time you get it inside the 3 line, pretty much, you got 2 Trinity players on you, and you can never find the open pass because they're always covered somehow. It's just been amazing defense here today from Trinity.
Yeah, exactly. As a couple subs come in, Lucy Rowe and Ava Hoyle, and the 2 most experienced players, Sophie Dolan and Addison Wynn, go to the bench. And I think Coach Lonan already maybe starting to think a little bit about tomorrow and potentially playing in the championship game, wanting to keep fresh legs. And certainly I'm sure he knows that Sophie and Addison in particular are going to have to probably play the vast majority of tomorrow's game. And another sub now coming in is Alex Geeson. This time V Updike with the shot. Just off, but a good rebound there by Berkeley Pittman. And you pointed her out in the first half, but Pittman has been a beast on the boards for Richmond Christian.
Yeah, and I mean it's just been a great game.
Yeah,
and it's just
Lucy Rowe.
just a great way to kick off the Travis tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Lucy Rowe digs out that loose ball and
Draws a
ends
foul.
up drawing a foul. Didn't see.
23, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Addie Delaney, and Lucy Rowe's shot is off the mark, but Ava Hoyle, she gets the rebound, not able to make the layup, but Ava Hoyle with another rebound. This time it's turned over. Look at that defense by V Updike. Cuts her off at the spot, forces a much tougher shot.
2-on-1 there, and just
That's a
really
like
great
what
defense
V
there,
Updike just did there is a really, I mean, she wants to go to the basket. V cuts her off at the spot, forces her back into a much more difficult shot. That doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But that's as good as 2 points right there. So.
And also, I mean, cutting off any pass she had to 10 was just, I mean, she really turned that into a one-on-one where she had the advantage.
Ava Hoyle for 3 is long, but Lucy Rowe keeps it alive. Good job by Lucy Rowe as more Trinity students are pouring in. I guess the school day is now officially over. But you love to see the support. You know, I mean, it's the weekend, but we got a huge chunk of the Titan student body, Titan Nation, choosing to spend the beginning of their weekend here, supporting their girls basketball team, as well as the boys team to follow. And Ceylon Duncan has checked into the game now. Alexa Linton with another rebound. And now Ceylon pushes the pace. Pass to Lucy Rowe for 3. Just short, but Lucy again gets her own rebound. She's done that a few times. And this time, Lucy Rowe hits for 2. And this half has started on a 7-0 run for the Titans.
Yeah, and
they extend that lead to 32-7.
Been a great half, especially for V. She just got subbed out, but she so far has had an amazing half. And same with Lucy Rowe, got a turnover. What looked like might be an assist as Ava Hoyle gets it.
Yeah, Ava Hoyle
there.
Battling with Berkeley Pittman. Both, it's great full effort by both teams. No, nothing dirty in that. They just both fighting hard for the ball. That's a good-looking shot.
Real good look they've had from an inbound pass here today.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, but came up a little short by Felicity Shelton. But the ball will stay with Richmond Christian. I like these Titan gray uniforms, by the way.
They look great, yeah.
They look, these light grays look really good.
It looks like
that's a hell ball, and this time it's going to go over to Trinity as Ava Hoyle with a nice aggressive defensive play. And now Ceylon Duncan running the point with V Updike and Addison Wynn both taking a rest.
Yeah, and we'll see as Alex Geeson plays the middle here.
Lucy Rowe swings it across, and actually other than Alexa Linton, the entire starting 5 getting a rest, or I guess I should say 4 of the starting 5. Ceylon penetrates, but got a little ahead of herself, but she keeps it alive. Ceylon got a hand on it, knocked it back out to Lucy Rowe, and Lucy Rowe is fouled by Anna Hobson. And they have been a little quicker with the whistle here in the second half.
Yeah. But, works if you're drawing the fouls.
Yeah, and I mean, even having said that, with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, still just 3 fouls on Richmond Christian and 1 on the Titans. I mean, I've seen plenty of games where both teams are already in the bonus.
Great pass there by Lucy Rowe.
Yeah, nice inbounds play as well. Coach Lonan drew that one up beautifully, and Geeson came right back down to the block. Good pass by Lucy Rowe, and Alex Geeson gets on the scoreboard.
Is that Lucy Rowe's second or third assist? She's had a couple.
Yeah, no doubt. This is going to be a foul on Ava Hoyle. Just the second on the Titans here in the second half, and only the third on the game. In fact, the first Titan foul committed by anyone other than Sophie Dolan. And now Camille Santiago checks into the game for the first time as she gives Alexa Linton a break. Linton had played this entire third quarter.
And I believe she, we were talking earlier about experience. If I am correct, I think she played her 8th grade year on varsity and got some minutes there too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Camille showing some relentless defense.
Yeah, she's a ferocious pressure, high intensity. It looked like a bit of a stiff arm there, but finds the pass inside.
Yeah, and there we go for the Richmond Christian Warriors. Get 2 points on the follow shot by Addie Delaney. And that breaks the seal for them here in the second half as they had not scored yet.
Oh.
And Ceylon Duncan slipped and
up.
fell. I think she's okay. She really went down awkwardly. That scared me for a minute because
looks like
I was worried that her knee got
checking.
hyperextended, but I think
they might be checking. Pointed something at the head there from the ref, trying to see. But looks like.
So Trinity's called a timeout, and I do think a big part of that is as I see Coach London is just talking to Ceylon, checking on her, making sure she's okay. It's just a weird fall, but it may have hit a wet spot. She looked to plant, and her feet just went out from under her. But I think she's going to be fine. Looks like she's going to stay in the game, and we can see Coach London drawing up for this group that's in. Again, all the starters getting a break right now, so not as experienced of a group out there coming out of this timeout. So Coach Lana coaching him up. It's the first timeout he's used thus far, I believe. And I don't know if you can see this right now on our camera, but really, I mean, a packed student section, which is awesome to see. And hopefully, we'll see this type of support throughout the winter for all our teams.
Yeah, and obviously wasn't expecting this because being a 2 o'clock game, you expect most of the school to be stuck in school. But here's teachers having a little bit of holiday spirit, letting the Titans support their fellow basketball Titans.
Yeah, that's a great cross-court pass there, but the layup came up just short.
Great rebound there.
Yeah, good rebound by Delaney. And that pass went astray, and with 46 seconds to go here in the first half, Titans will get the ball back. Ceylon Duncan brings it up.
We'll see. Would be surprised if
Camille for three, a little short.
Oh, great rebound by Ava Hoyle.
Yeah,
that's why I thought it looked like she got fouled there at the end.
Yeah, Hoyle with the follow, and I believe she's going to go to the line. Coop, have we?
I think the first foul shots of the game.
Yeah, I don't think we've had any free throws yet today.
Yeah. And I believe with that, as Ava Hoyle goes up to shoot here, and makes the first one. I believe that we are already surpassed the amount of fouls in the first half.
Yeah.
With a quarter left to go.
Yeah, by both teams.
And just misses the second one, but
Ceylon Duncan with a rebound back
lost
to Ava
her
Hoyle.
shoe.
That actually might be the problem why she fell down. Those shoes don't seem to be fitting right.
Good ball movement there from Lucy Rowe.
Yeah, Ava looks to use the glass, but a little strong. But Ava Hoyle gets the rebound, and she and Addie Delaney fight for the loose ball, and it's going to be a held ball possession back to Richmond Christian. Just 12 seconds to go here in quarter number 3.
Imagine they'll just dribble it down and put up a shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're aware.
Or they might just be.
And it's going to be another jump ball with now 3.8 to go. And Coach Lonan letting the players know that there is not a lot of time. Ceylon's going to need to put it up, and they're not going to get a shot off. Good defense.
Good defense.
By Richmond Christian. Caitlin Nicholas got in there and was able to get a hand on it and prevent the shot.
Oh, and here comes out
the Titan.
Tommy Titan.
Yeah, goes with the
stomach slide. Classic move. I remember the old incarnation of, I believe it was Carter Hugate. We found out sliding. I remember I felt like he would just slide the whole basketball court. And
yeah, looked fun.
Ye olden days of pre-COVID, which seems like forever ago nowadays.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we will see about a quarter left here I imagine Titans have to be feeling very comfortable with where they are now. Up, can't do math, believe 26 points right now. And, only giving up 9 points. You have to be happy with that defensive effort any day when you're giving up single-digit points through 24 minutes of play.
Right.
I mean, that's just
Yeah,
ridiculously impressive.
Yeah, it's great defense. And I just think overall the effort that these girls have put out is probably what I'm most impressed by. Just every single player has played incredibly hard, and that's what's going to have to be the calling card for this group this year. They don't have much experience, and I think they'll be the first to tell you it's not the most talent that this program's ever seen. But
it's not the most height either.
It's definitely not the most height, but as long as you battle and compete, you always give yourself a chance at this level, and that's something that's been really encouraging to see in this first 3 quarters is just the amount of loose balls, rebounds that the Titans have gone aggressively after.
Yeah, and I think that goes both ways too. I mean, Richmond Christian's been down by at least 10 for most of this game, and they haven't showed an ounce of giving up. They've been fighting for every loose ball, hugging onto every jump ball, just really playing hard, and you just always appreciate that effort when you're watching sports.
No, for sure. And like I said, Richmond Christian coach Tom Hauser is a former teammate of mine and a guy I know well, and he really knows the game of basketball. He's coached for, 20 years or more at the high school level. He's coached boys teams, girls teams. So I would expect, nothing less that he's going to make sure that his players give full effort, and they've done that in spades. A little bit of a delay here as there's some issue with the book. I'm not entirely sure what they're discussing over there, but
hopefully we'll get it figured out shortly and can get back into play. And school is now officially out for Trinity students.
Well, yeah. All right, so fourth quarter getting underway, 34-9. Caitlin Watkins back in the game, along with
Sophie.
Yeah, basically the starters other than Caitlin Watkins is in place of Alexa Linton, but otherwise the rest of the starting lineup: V. Updike, Addison Wynn, Sophie Dolan, and Lily Ferguson.
Good ball movement here from the Titans.
Yeah,
really breaking down this zone defense.
It is really good ball movement, multiple ball reversals. Now Addison Wynn surveys the defense, another ball reversal. Lily Ferguson pops up to the high post, and with 5 on the shot clock, V. Updike fires and hits. And that's great to see. I mean, V. Updike has played so well, but also not really scored yet, but good to see her get on the scoreboard, and heard a few cheers of she's a freshman. And
it's a good steal there too.
That is a fact. She is a freshman, and she did get her hand on that ball. Also a fact.
Very factual student section today.
That's going to be a steal by Caitlin Watkins. She's a lefty, so she should like that side of the basket. But
I thought she just put up a beautiful hook shot there.
Yeah, she was definitely contested well by Addie Delaney, and
ends up fouling on the rebound there.
Yeah, you see that a lot, those kind of frustration fouls after a missed layup, but still not a big problem with still only the 3rd team foul. Yeah, that's a 4th team foul. V. Updike definitely put hands on the ball handler there. Anna Hobson. You put 2 hands on the ball handler, it's going to be automatic, as Coach Lonan is pointing out.
No need for that. Oh, good steal.
Another steal by Caitlin Watkins.
Looking like a wide receiver on that one.
Yeah, seriously. Addison Wynn, thought she might have gotten fouled, but it was blocked, and then V. Updike steals back to Caitlin Watkins. Great passing, great catch.
That's what you love to see, just the
and a great finish by Caitlin. That was just all-around good team basketball.
Yeah, just the slicing passes through the defense, which just lead to the quick shot. Just another great play there.
Caitlin, that time defensively knocked it off of the ball handler, Anna Hobson, and Caitlin Watkins has just had a big impact in her minutes on the court. I talked in the first half about her stuffing the stat sheet. She's got points, steals, assists, a couple of rebounds, just a little bit of everything from Caitlin, so it's really nice to see.
Especially for the amount of minutes that she's played.
Yeah.
She's been absolutely electric when she's on the court. Her and Vielk will probably be my players of the game so far here today.
Well, we will
Get
have
to
a
that
chance to
eventually,
revisit that at the end. But another good ball reversal by V. Updike. Lily Ferguson rebounds, but then lost the handle. But Sophie
what a
Dolan
steal.
steals.
And then crosses the player up.
Crossover, good bounce pass, right in stride. This time, Caitlin Watkins misses the shot. And I do want to give credit to number 23, Addie Delaney, for Richmond Christian. Just an 8th grader. She has continued to be aggressive and battle. And talk about stuff in the stat sheet. Delaney has a bunch of rebounds and blocks. You even see her leading her team.
Yeah.
As just an 8th grader, as we have a couple Titans getting in for the first time.
And I'll tell you, if jump balls were a stat category, she would be leading it right now because she has been near the center of every one. As V. Updike gets up another 3 here. Oh, it's a good.
Yeah, she's off a little bit, and there's another rebound by Delaney. But, yeah, I wanted to point out that Sofia Huerta and
I think
it's Rhea Dorsey in for the first time, as there's 2 points for Richmond Christian, just their second bucket here in the second half. So that was a nice job there, and actually a really good shot by Taryn Harton. And Caitlin Watkins gets it out on the right wing.
Oh.
The Updike with, I think, maybe her first turnover of the game, as Sophie Dolan was not expecting that pass, and then V commits the foul
it's one of
on
those.
the ground.
Don't let them get the shot off.
No, it's a good foul.
Yeah, tactical.
And still only the second on V, although both have come in the last couple of minutes here. So
about 4:30 left here in the game.
You know, we've talked all afternoon about what a young group this is, and now another freshman and sophomore checking in for the first time. Good effort there by Sofia Huerta, although she wasn't able to save that ball. And for Rhea Dorsey, who is in for the first time, is just a freshman. Her older brother, Romani, played some basketball here, and especially was a great football player. Went on and played football at Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh, who they are in the ACC championship tomorrow against Wake Forest. So good to see those legacies. And there is Rhea with the shot and Sophia with a rebound.
Good block.
And also Richmond Christian has subbed in for the first time, I believe, Kristen Holland. So both teams going a little deeper into the bench here in the fourth quarter with a 30-point margin. But Sophie Dolan, who's been out there quite a bit.
Unlucky.
Yeah, Sophie's still competing,
gets the jump ball
battling hard, and this time possession will turn over to, or it will stick with Richmond Christian, rather.
Yeah, and just mentioning it, I believe that Krista Ray has just arrived.
Yep.
That will be coming up the second half of this TSPN doubleheader. Should be a great game, hopefully.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing the boys battle against Krista Ray.
First game under new head coach Andrew Blazer, I believe.
Yeah, looking forward to having Coach Blazer on the sidelines and wishing him very well in his home opener. And speaking of coaches, Coach Lonan is going to join us after the game for a quick interview. So for folks who are watching, please stick around as we're going to get some reaction post-game from Coach Adam Lonan and what appears like is almost certain to be a win as the Titans lead by 30 with under 3 minutes to go. Good rebound by Sofia Huerta. Wasn't able to convert the stick back, but like the aggressiveness there from Sofia. And now Richmond Christian looks to transition. And that pass a little bit over the head there. I think a couple players who weren't quite sure who the intended receiver was. And we are going to see Ridgely Coleman check in, her first appearance. Addison Wynn also comes back in. So Sophie Dolan appears to be probably done for the day. And
I believe with that is every player on our bench getting game time, which always love to see.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, as a coach, you always want to be able to get everybody in the game. It's not always possible, but when you can, that's everyone leaves feeling good and breaking a sweat. So that is good to see, like you said. And shot clock now down to 7. The Updike
deep
hits another 3, and that's got to do wonders for her confidence as well, hitting these 3-point shots. As Coach Lana does get a timeout there.
Looking like Steph Curry out there to hit him from way downtown there.
Yeah, so we had talked at the end of the third quarter about how V Updike had kind of done everything but score with her floor game, her ball handling, her defense, but she's added a couple three-pointers here in the fourth quarter.
She's had, what, 8 points this quarter? Yeah, it's just been a great quarter. I mean, about minute 40 left. Titans up by 33.
Yeah, and so the Titans will go into tomorrow's championship game of this Travis Invitational. The girls' championship will be at 5:45, and they'll meet the winner of Central Virginia homeschool playing Catholic high school. Those two will battle this evening at 5:45, and the winner will go on to face the Titans.
Yeah.
And with a minute and a half to go here, V Updike with another steal actually leads to a jump ball, and it'll be possession over to the Titans.
It's just great to see. Even at the end of this game, as my co-broadcaster takes a minute to have a nice cough there, how much each of these teams are still fighting for it. And as we will see, about a minute left here as Camille takes it up. Good steal there from Richmond Christian. As the ball looks like it might be going out, and it will be Richmond ball. About 55 seconds left. Oh, never mind. Signaling it for it to be Trinity ball. And no, just as I thought. Richmond Christian ball. Take it up here. Let's see if they can get a shot. A couple points in before the end of this game. As the pass goes in there. It's number 20. Oh, good pass there to find the open man in the corner. Sofia Huerta holds on to the ball, plays it up to Camille. Got about 30 seconds left, I imagine. Trinity might just hold on to it here. It keeps it in there.
All right, I am back after needed a second there, but yeah, Richmond Christian I thought they were going to score, but layup goes just off to continue to battle underneath.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a foul on the floor. The clock continues to run, and that will do it. So, I believe that's your ball game.
Yeah.
That foul looked like it happened with about 3 seconds left, but
yeah, I believe the ref just said it was on the floor because, yeah, I mean, at that point, you're down by 33. 2 points aren't doing.
All right, well, your final score, Trinity Episcopal 44, Richmond Christian 11. And good win for the Titans, their first win of the season, puts them into tomorrow night's championship game against the winner of Central Virginia Home School Association and Catholic High School. So we'll look forward to seeing the Lady Titans again tomorrow night, and we will have that broadcast for you at 5:45 tomorrow in the championship. So stick around here. We're going to have Coach Lonan up here for interview in just a minute, but before, as we wait for him, Cooper, any closing thoughts from you from this
I will
afternoon's
say,
game?
even though this ended up being more of a blowout than I originally thought it was going to be, it did not feel like that watching the game. I mean, Richmond Christian, they were always in it, and part of that has to be their attitude towards the game. Every single possession, every single defensive, every single rebound, they fought for the balls. They won probably the most amount of jump balls I think I've ever seen in a high school game. And then for Trinity, you have to be happy you won by 33 and only barely gave up double-digit points. I think for me, my players of the game, if I had to have them, be V Updike for Trinity. And then I would probably have to say Addie Delaney for Richmond Christian, the 8th grader.
Yeah, I think those are good shouts, Cooper. I think they both those young players played great. And got Coach Lonan up here now if we want to give him getting him a headset. Yeah. All right, Coach Lonan joining us after the semifinal victory. 44-11, so you got to be pleased with the defense. What do you take away from that game, both some positives and then what do you come away needing to work on?
I think both games we played so far this year, we've had effort, especially on the defensive end. We'll continue to work there. Just such a young squad. A lot of the girls in the past 2 years haven't picked up a basketball truly. A lot of them are coming off of youth or were 8th going into 9th grade, 9th going into 10th. So we're just trying to use the first couple of games to figure out what defense suits us well, where we kind of can improve, if we can press. We've got plenty of bodies on the sideline, kind of as you've seen. And we just want to kind of use all of them and kind of figure out their skill sets and explore that and, see where we can get better from game to game.
Well, I think we were really impressed with the defensive tenacity, particularly some of the guard play. V. Updike creating a lot of steals. Caitlin Watkins came in and got some steals, and you all were just really able to turn them over and get out in transition. V. Updike in particular was a player just my first time seeing her play. Thought she did a nice job running the offense with some ball reversals as well as that defense. Can you talk about her game today?
Yeah, so V's kind of a player in practice. You wouldn't expect that out of her. I think she kind of holds back a little bit in practice. Actually, our first game on Wednesday against Stewart, I think she had double figures with 10 points and had 2 threes and, played incredible for us. And with Farrahberry down, obviously with her injury, she's kind of had to step up and take over those point guard roles. I know she plays outside of Trinity and kind of doing travel. So she knows in terms of the competition level where that can go. I think what she brings us, though, especially like you were talking about, is just a different level of tenacity. She's rough, she's tumble, she's ready to get on the floor. She talks, she creates for her teammates. And the biggest thing is just her positive attitude. So if there's anything, I'm just going to enjoy coaching that the entire year.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I teach V, and she's like such a kind, sweet person off the court, and then within the first 2 minutes of the game, I was like, oh, she's a killer on the court. And obviously, as a coach, you love to see that tenacity, but also that coachability. Anybody else you want to just point out today that you were particularly pleased with in this home opener?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, honestly, because we have such a young team, being able to kind of develop players again. And a lot of the times you don't get to see the JV players on the varsity level. This year we kind of have a varsity team that should be participating on the JV level. So taking a lot of those girls like Lily Ferguson, who's an 8th grader for us, she was big underneath. Yeah. Alexa Linton, who's also a 9th grader. She's young, but she has a strong body, played underneath for us. I thought both of them played really great defense. They can score. Being ready to grab a rebound and put it back up is going to be important. Kind of some of our guard plays, obviously with juniors, Addison Wynn, who's been on the team now for 4 years. She's one of our captains, as well as Sophie Dolan, who's only been on the team 2 years, but also one of our captains. Just for them, learning how to develop that leadership mentality, understanding that we do have a group of young girls, but every single day trying to get the best out of them by motivating them, continuing to give them some positive praise. That's going to be important. As well on the floor, we need them to step up on the offensive and on the defensive side. As you saw, they took most of the shots tonight. Some of them weren't great shots, but just encouraging them to find ways to score, find in their rhythm in the game, and kind of figuring that out through the first few games is going to be important. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed just with the effort of everyone, especially the young players. I don't think I saw a single play when one of your players had the choice of being aggressive and going for a loose ball or backing out every time they went for it. And you can build on that regardless of the X's and O's. I just thought, like you said, Alexa Linton, Lily Ferguson, Ceylon Duncan, they all just battle.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It looks like it's going to be a fun group to watch them progress. And I think you and I will get a chance to catch up even more, hopefully, on media days next week.
Absolutely.
And put a more broader view on what's to come as well. But congratulations on the first win of the season.
I appreciate it, Rick.
Good luck tomorrow in the championship game. We'll be back out here to broadcast that one at 5:45, and enjoy the win.
Perfect. Hopefully I'll be back up here talking on the broadcast after our game tomorrow.
I hope so, too. All right, Coach. Good job. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rick.
And we are going to take a little bit of a break now before our boys' game, which starts in about 25 minutes or so. So we're going to actually start a separate stream for that. So if you are watching and want to see the boys, go ahead and close this one down, and then refresh your TESPN homepage in just a few minutes. We'll have the boys stream up, and looking forward to the home opener, not only for this 2021-2022 season, but the debut at home of new coach Andrew Blazer. So can't wait to see that against the visitors from Cristo Rey. And we'll be back at about 3:40 for boys basketball. And for those who watched today's girls victory, again, 44-11, Titans win. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.